Somehow I got these out, guys. The worst muffler bolts I have ever taken off. One of these hangers are rusted straight off. All right, guys, so the old one is out. That one seems way heavier than the new one. Welcome back, JDM fam. It's a little dark out, I do apologize, but it was like 112 today, I think. So this is the best time to work on the car. It's pretty cool out. It's actually pretty stormy out as well. Lots of clouds and wind, and it's actually not bad right now. So today we're installing an aftermarket muffler on this beautiful 250 IS250. So this is a 2011. We're going to be replacing these stock mufflers right here for an aftermarket. So we're gonna jack it up, get it on some jack stands, and see what we have to deal with down here. Obviously, it's pretty straightforward. I will take you guys along with us for all of the steps. So we are installing an axle back, so it's not a full exhaust. So it should make it sound a lot better, as well as help the engine to breathe a little better. So let's jack it up and see what's underneath. Okay, so we have two bolts that we need to break off down here, and they're somewhat rusty. I really hope we can get them. We're gonna use a breaker bar, get these things off, and then we'll start working on taking off these mufflers, which it's a little rusty in here. Thinking maybe these bolts will be a little hard to take off. So we're gonna use the breaker bar, try to get these off right now. But it should be pretty easy to break with a breaker bar. At least I'm hoping. Really hope they come off. So let's try it. Okay, so we just got them out. This is what they look like. I literally had to get the wrench on these bolts and then just sit over there and just kick it. The whole time I was just kicking it and it was just wrenching. It was like grr, 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 and somehow I got these out, guys. So that was the worst muffler bolts I have ever taken off, ever. Worst axle back I've ever dealt with. Look at this, it looks like mud. It is literally just rusted out. I mean, I did put WD-40 on it, but that's bad. So I guess tomorrow we're going to be taking off the hangers in here. It's just hanging on now. Happy about that. That was the worst. Those are the worst bolts on an exhaust I've ever had to do. I mean, O2 sensor can be a pain, but that was bad. That was really bad. So next thing we're going to be doing, guys, taking off all the hangers. Basically, that's all that's hanging on are the hangers, and then we're going to put a new muffler on. Stay tuned, guys. Obviously, this will be in the same video, so you don't have to click off, but it's going to be a new day for us. So I'm tired. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm ready to go clean up. All right, so it is the next day. Like I mentioned, we got those bolts off. It was a pain. So we're gonna jack up the Lexus right now, take off all of the hangers, and just take off the mufflers, figure out where we're at and what we have to do to get the new mufflers on. So it looks like there might only be one on each muffler back here at the very back. Looks like there's just one hanger for each muffler back here and then two up here. So we're gonna start taking these off right now. So I was wrong. There are two under the muffler up here, and we just got those done. All right, so we got it all down. It's just barely hanging on right there. There we go. There's the end right there. So we're gonna pull it out right now and start installing the new one. Finally, the fun part. Check it out, guys. One of these hangers are rusted straight off. Don't mind that. Don't pay attention to that. This muffler, it's like falling apart. That is pretty bad. These need to be replaced anyways. And yeah, look at these things. The tips look pretty bad, obviously. These have to be the stock mufflers. Not to mention, guys, that I did want to show you guys that these mufflers are just dirty. Look at them. They look like they're corroded and they just look so old and disgusting. And now we're gonna have brand new mufflers hanging out of the bottom diffuser right there. It's gonna look way better. So this thing is heavy. Hopefully the new ones, the new mufflers that we put on aren't that heavy, but you could see that these are completely rusted out. They're just looking really bad, and I mean, that just looks terrible. So we're about to replace them. Let's install the new ones. All right, guys, so the old one is out. That one seems way heavier than the new one. So here's the new one. I'm going to install the gasket right there, install the bolts and the hardware, the new hardware. Then we're gonna set this up and get it all set up inside of the car. Thinking I will probably get it put together out here. I think it will be a little easier to at least bolt that up and everything. Okay, all the hangers, well, most of the hangers are on right now. Now, we're going to get these bolts back on. Let's do that really quick. Should be a lot easier than last night when we were trying to get them out. Okay, so after all of that 2 days of work, it's done. It looks really good. The fitment is pretty good too. So they are pretty close. I think if it's anything, it's just going to maybe melt a little bit of the plastic just from being in proximity. I don't think it's actually going to touch. I could be wrong. We're going to test it and run it, see how it runs and everything. But so far, guys, super happy about this. Definitely excited. And look at that. So that's what it looks like now. That's what it looked like before. Those things were bad. Can't wait to hear the new exhaust sound, guys. Let's go. You hear it? The mic on my camera doesn't pick up the sound really well, but it does sound a lot better. It definitely is a lot louder, and it is really deep. So this is not the loudest exhaust. It doesn't sound as loud as a muffler delete. I think with a resonator delete, it would sound really good. I do like how these mufflers do look, and I do like how it sounds. It sounds really good, and it does sound deep, especially from the lower RPMs to the mid RPMs. Also, these mufflers do drone just a little bit. It's not bad, and it definitely was not an annoying amount of drone, but they do drone probably from 2 to 4 RPM, somewhere around there. There is a little bit of a drone, but otherwise I do like how they sound and I love how they look.